This is the story of Bryce Laspisa, a 19-year-old college student who vanished under mysterious circumstances in California. A student, a son, a friend, gone. And what makes his disappearance even more chilling is that while he was officially missing, he was still communicating online. In this video, we'll explore every detail of Bryce's disappearance, his last known movements, and the haunting questions that remain unsolved to this day. If you're fascinated by real missing person cases, true crime mysteries, and unsolved disappearances, stay with us. Bryce Laspisa was an intelligent and quiet young man. He had no criminal history, no reason to be in danger. Friends described him as polite and reserved, someone who kept to himself but cared deeply about his family. In the days leading up to his disappearance, however, friends noticed subtle changes in his behavior. He was more withdrawn, quieter than usual, and seemed distant. He even gave away personal belongings, including his Xbox, telling friends he no longer needed them. To those close to him, nothing seemed urgent, yet there was a growing sense that something wasn't right. On August 30th, 2013, Bryce began a drive home from college in Northern California. A trip that should have taken 7 hours turned into a nightmare for his family. Around 1 a.m., Highway Patrol stopped Bryce near Buttonwillow, California. The officers found no signs of intoxication. Bryce said he was just tired. They advised him to rest, and he continued driving. Hours later, his parents tracked his phone location. He wasn't moving. But when they called, Bryce answered. Calm, polite, reassuring, he said he was fine. Here is what makes this case so chilling. While his parents were panicking, Bryce was still communicating. Text messages and phone calls suggested normalcy, yet his movements told a different story. Instead of heading home, phone records showed Bryce drove in the opposite direction toward a remote area near Castaic Lake. He told his parents he would come home, but instead he vanished. Hours later, his car was found wrecked at the bottom of a ravine. Inside were his backpack, wallet, and laptop. Bryce himself was nowhere to be found. Search teams combed the surrounding area, including the lake and nearby forests. Scent dogs tracked his path to the water's edge, and then nothing. His phone was never recovered. No goodbye message, no final post. Investigators considered several possibilities: a psychological crisis, a planned disappearance, or an accident. Despite extensive search efforts, Bryce's fate remained a mystery. The deeper investigators dug, the more questions emerged, especially around the disturbing fact that he was responding to his parents while disappearing. Some experts believe Bryce may have been experiencing an emotional or psychological crisis. Depression, anxiety, or deeper struggles could have influenced his last decisions. Others suggest he may have intended to disappear and start a new life. Yet, with no digital trace after the wrecked car and no confirmed sightings, these remain theories. Bryce's case is a haunting example of a missing person who was active in communication while vanishing, leaving investigators and family members with unanswered questions. Over the years, Bryce Laspisa's disappearance has sparked countless discussions online. True crime forums, missing person communities, and social media speculate endlessly. Was it a planned disappearance, an accident, or something more sinister? The evidence gives no definitive answer, and the unsettling reality remains. While his loved ones desperately tried to find him, Bryce's online presence suggested normalcy, masking a reality no one could grasp. His story remains a chilling reminder that even the people closest to us can disappear without warning. Bryce Laspisa has never been found. No remains, no confirmed sightings, just questions and an enduring mystery that continues to haunt families and investigators alike. If Bryce is alive, he would be in his early 30s today. Where is he? What really happened that night? And how could someone vanish while still communicating with the very people searching for them? If you're interested in more real missing person cases, unsolved true crime stories, and psychological mysteries, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This story reminds us that sometimes truth is stranger and darker than fiction.